Okay, so I've read this before, I'm pretty sure, but we're gonna go through this because this is fun and I've seen it talked about recently. Rise, rise, our queen calls to us from beyond the umbral veil. She has transcended the circle of stars and basks in her eternal grandeur. So this is definitely talking about Queen Ashara, who's probably taken a different form, transcended the circle of stars and basks in her eternal grandeur, so in the void most likely. The time we have long awaited is nigh. Okay, even now the Harbinger, Xal'atath, gathers the children of the first flesh. That's an interesting term right there. That's a big one. I think that's going to be something to do with the Nerubians and probably will tie the Nerubian evolution to the troll evolution, and which will tie that to obviously the elven evolution. I think we're going to find out the children of the first flesh actually relate to more of the flesh beings on our planet that we do not know the origin of, trolls being one of them. To reclaim what was lost. So maybe what was lost, maybe the grandeur of the old gods, blood of the old gods, lives of the old gods even, reclaim their old empire maybe. They must remember their vows and serve those to whom they owe fealty. So there's probably going to be a group that is not going to be cool with this, that we're probably going to be working with. Those that do not follow, the idea of serving those to whom they owe fealty. So I'm talking probably children of the first flesh here. Maybe something that existed in the Black Empire or even maybe predated the Black Empire to a degree. We don't know how old the Black Empire is exactly, but we have a rough guess. I would say probably during, since, they say that flesh allegedly came from the old gods, which I still don't necessarily agree with entirely, but we'll see what they do with that. They must remember that remember their vows, right? So they did vow, they made a promise that they were going to do this. While they toil in the deep places, we will journey to the shores of the Dragon Isles, to the blessed Dragonlands, where to the blessed isle where the World Breaker first embraced the Whispers, right? Up where we go, obviously we're going to go down to his citadel, Aberys, where the World Breaker was fucking around with the Void. As one storm recedes, which I'm sure is talking about, I'm sure it's talking about Razageth. Now, whether she is the storm receding and another rising, that's a question, or if she's the rising storm, I think it's probably something to do with that. But this came out 10.0.7, so it's good to note. In the deep places as well, by the way. Interesting thing here. By the time here, as one storm recedes, the torches have been lit. The secrets he buried will strike as a dagger into the hearts of his kin, which obviously what happens with Sarkareth. But subsequently, the way that Scale Commander Emberthal is able to work past that, I'm not sure that this fully came to fruition. But regardless, the secrets he buried will strike as a dagger into the heart of his kin. It's an interesting line there. Some might say that that could relate to the Dark Heart thing coming up. A Dark Heart left broken, or whatever the fuck they say. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, it's literally part of this. So yeah, by this time, again, the torches have been lit. So I'm assuming that's the Oath Stones. Obviously, they go there. The Harbinger speaks of a primal power that seeks the end of order. So that's definitely talking about Iridikron. Such rage can be bent to serve our ends, and if Sargeras is any example, that is absolutely true. We'll see, though, if he's able to keep his rage in check. I would like to see Iridikron... I don't know. I'm very curious to see what they do with him. I think Iridikron's fucking sick. Children of the First Flesh, yeah. Again, this is basically what's gonna fully, I think, hopefully reveal the truth of flesh, what it's really tied to. Here's my opinion, chat. Flesh is inherently tied to mortality. That's the way I see it, and mortality is subsequently inherently tied to death. So the idea that that flesh came from the void, I understand conceptually, especially from a Lovecraftian sense, where that comes from. But in terms of the cosmology of WoW, it seems strange. The next part here. A hunger lost to the ages will be reclaimed, so that's talking about Iridikron, I would assume reclaiming the essence of Galakrond. A dark heart left broken awaits the taking. When these things come to pass, the Harbinger will fulfill the final prophecy and complete the awakening. Only then shall our queen return to reign over sea and sky and earth. We must make ready. It might not, I mean, the implication is that it's talking about Queen Ashara, and the use of the word queen, I think, really reinforces that. But, rise, rise, soon all that was hidden shall be revealed. That's pretty nuts. Queen Ashara or Xal'atath? Queen Ashara. Xal'atath isn't the queen. They talk about Xal'atath as the harbinger. I don't think they're the same thing. It's definitely talking about Queen Ashara. It'd be goofy. Like, Queen Ashara is part of their plot, and she's a queen. It's goofy. It'd be goofy to not have it. It seems, yeah. I wouldn't go with anything else personally. So, Naga, Queen Ashara, one would think. This thing, I mean, this is just Wowpedia, but it even links you to Queen Ashara, who went through the circle of stars. Like, transcended it. Like, this, it has to be talking about, nah. No mention of fire there. Yeah. Yep, no fire, no ashes, no rebirth in that regard. I'm kind of worried about that. The Umbral Veil, by the way. Veil of Darkness. Where does Xal'atath fit into that arc? Is she an old god or something else? I think she could be. I think she's the 5th old god. And I think that she's like Cthulhu from Lovecraft, who is the daughter of Cthulhu, whose destiny is to resurrect him after his death. Isn't Zal older than the old gods? Wasn't that in the German article? The German article says that she seems to be. She seems as though. Seems. Pretty important word. Remember how in the tale the Earth Mother Anshe was hurt by the Old Ones? We also know that the Old Ones did something to Xal'atath, and there's an obvious connection between Anshe and Anshul. Yeah? Could Zal be the void version of Anshe, thus Anshul? Sure. Sure. I like that idea. Anshul, the Cosmic Wanderer. Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing that we've never physically seen. So yeah, this is obviously fucking sick. A chilling missive written from the deep.